Welcome to a no-nonsense episode where we cut the noise and get straight to the points. All right, check this out. This one slide, this is the entire playbook. Seriously, that FICO score, the magic number that goes from 300 to 850, it's all built on just these 5 things. Forget all the myths you've heard. This is the exact formula. We're giving you the answer key right from the start. Now, look closely, because 2 of these factors are the real heavy hitters. We're talking 65% of your entire score. If you can just master these 2, you're going to be way ahead of the game. So let's break them down, starting with the biggest one of all. So, a massive 35% of your score boils down to just one simple thing: paying your bills on time. And listen, this isn't about paying it all off at once. You just have to make that minimum payment before it's due. That's it. But mess this up, even one payment that's over 30 days late can absolutely tank your score, and it sticks around on your report for 7 long years. All right, the second heavyweight champ, clocking in at 30%, is your credit utilization. It sounds complicated, but it's not. It's just the percentage of credit you're using compared to how much you have available. So let's say you've got a $10,000 limit and you've spent $3,000. Boom, that's 30% utilization. It's a huge signal to lenders about how much you depend on borrowed money. And you really need to pay attention to this. As one expert, Ray Reynolds, puts it so simply, if you go past 29%, you dropped your score. Think of it like a red line. 30% is the danger zone. You cross that line, your score is going to take a hit. Period. So yeah, the big takeaway is to keep that number under 30%. But if you're serious about getting into that elite 750 plus club, the real goal, the pro-level target, is under 10%. The numbers don't lie. People with scores over 800, they live in the single digits. It's literally the difference between a lender seeing you as a risk or as someone who has their stuff together. And this isn't just some theory, okay? Take Graham Stephan, for example. The guy has an 847 credit score. He has access to over $161,000 in credit, but his utilization, he keeps it at pretty much 0 to 1%. How? He pays his balance before the statement even closes. Now that is a pro move. Okay, so we've nailed the big 2. Now let's talk about the other 3 factors. You can think of these as the supporting pillars. They might not have the same massive weight, but together they make up the final 35% and really build out that solid foundation for a great score. Next up, making up 15%, is the length of your credit history. This one's all about time. Lenders love seeing a long, stable track record. It shows you're reliable. And they look at a few things here: how old your oldest account is, how new your newest one is, and what the average age of all your accounts is. So what should you be aiming for? Well, let's go back to that high achiever with the 847 score. His average account age is just over 8 years. And his oldest account? It's over 12 years old. See? That's what shows lenders you've been in the game for a while and you know how to play. It's all about stability. The strategy for this one is super simple. It's all about patience. Get a credit card with no annual fee as soon as you can, and then just never close it. Seriously, that one card becomes your anchor. Even if you just stick it in a drawer, its age is always working for you, pulling up your average and giving your score a huge long-term boost. All right, let's wrap up the formula with the final 20%. This is split right down the middle, 10% each. First, you've got credit mix. Lenders just want to see that you can handle different kinds of debt, like credit cards, but also installment loans like for a car or a mortgage. The other 10% is new credit. This is where applying for too much stuff too quickly can ding you, because every application can cause a temporary dip in your score. So now you know the rules of the game. You've got the 5 factors down. Now let's talk about the hacks, the shortcuts, the ways to speed up your journey to that awesome score. But first, why is this so important? Let me give you a real-world story from Graham Stephan. He said, "Every single bank rejected me because I didn't have a credit profile despite me having 6 figures saved up in cash." Can you believe that? 6 figures in the bank and still got rejected. That's because having a great score isn't just for bragging rights. It is the literal key that unlocks major financial doors. So what's the fastest way to build history if you're starting from zero? It's a technique called piggybacking. Here's how it works. You find someone you trust, maybe a parent, who has a great long credit history. They add you as an authorized user on one of their oldest cards, and just like that, their amazing history for that account can get copied right onto your credit report. It's like getting an instant credit inheritance. Okay, but what about all the other bills you pay every single month? Like clockwork, your rent, your Netflix, your phone bill. Does any of that stuff help build your credit? It's a great question, right? And the answer is yes. There are free tools out there like Experian Boost. You just link your bank account and it finds all those on-time payments for things like your utilities and subscriptions. Then it reports that good behavior to the credit bureau, so you actually get credit for the good financial habits you already have. It's a no-brainer. And here are 2 more super quick boosts for you. First, call your credit card companies and simply ask for a credit limit increase. It's free to ask, and if they say yes, your utilization ratio instantly drops. Bam! Second, go to annualcreditreport.com. It's the official free site, and pull your reports. Go through them with a fine-tooth comb. If you find any errors, dispute them. Getting just one mistake removed can make your score jump, sometimes overnight. All right, we've gone over the rules, we've covered the hacks. Now it's time to put it all together. Think of this next part as your personal roadmap to getting that 750 plus score. So how long is this going to take? Well, it all depends on where you're starting. If you have no credit history, you got to be patient. This is a 3 to 5 year marathon. If your score is in the 600s, you can get there in about 1 to 2 years with some solid discipline. But if you're already hanging around 700, you could be in the big leagues in just 3 to 6 months, mostly just by hammering that utilization down below 10%. And here is a crucial final step. Once you've put in all this work and built up that amazing score, you have to protect it. Go to the websites of all 3 bureaus, that's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and freeze your credit. It's completely free, takes just a few minutes, and it stops identity thieves cold. It prevents them from opening new accounts and wrecking everything you've worked for. So, there you have it, the complete blueprint. No fluff, no nonsense, just the straight-up path to a 750 plus score. You have the playbook, you know exactly what to do, so the only real question left is, what's your first move going to be?
Grandsons and granddaughters, I hope you learnt something today. Subscribe, hit the bell, share with your broke friend, you know they need it.